One of Prince George's institutions of higher education also appears to be home to higher spending. The Canadian Taxpayers Federation has released travel expenses of the presidents of BC's colleges and universities. Former head of UNBC George Iwama was the second highest spending post-secondary leader in the province.
It's a significant part of the job here to be out advocating for UNBC.
And that does not come cheap. Former UNBC President George Iwama spent over $126,000 while traveling between April 1st, 2012 and March 31st, 2013. Between April 1st and December 31st, 2013, Iwama spent just under $100,000. That includes a $2,100 flight to Vancouver in the middle of May.
It's a very tricky, I think, when you're in Prince George, that the meetings are always in Vancouver, Victoria, Ottawa. There's always a lot of travel involved with those communities. There's regional travel because we have campuses in the region and regional advisory committees that the president chairs.
The documents were obtained by the Canadian Taxpayers Federation through Freedom of Information legislation. Trips included flights to Japan, Finland, and Russia. Airfare or other expenses were covered for his wife on 9 occasions.
Very often the spouse is also in some ways an ambassador, an unpaid ambassador for UNBC, and at times the president's spouse sometimes is expected to travel with the president, not always and not usually.
They've traveled in style on the taxpayer dime, and there's no indication whatsoever that this money was paid back or why this person was tagging along.
Iwama only trailed the president of UBC, who amassed more than $175,000 in each of the past 2 years. By comparison, the president of the College of New Caledonia ranked 25th of 25 presidents in 2012, 2013, and 22nd a year later.
I'm not going to say that they should never travel. Absolutely, there's going to be some travel needed from time to time for university and college presidents. The problem is they're traveling in a style that does not befit their status as public servants.
The Taxpayers Federation is calling on post-secondary boards to push presidents to control their spending. The organization also wants presidents to act like BC MLAs and post all expenses on a regular basis. UNBC already reports the president's salary and expenses, but there have been efforts over the past 2 years to post detailed itineraries of presidential trips. The provincial government says it invested $1.9 billion in post-secondary education last academic year. That's equal to $410 for every person living in BC annually. Ryan Kessler, CKPG News.